money, motherfucker? Money be green. Money feel like money. That shit look green to you?
We'll be rocking with you. And there's another great fight, Bryan. This one is for Undisputed. It's the second fight. So we're getting it again. Chantelle Cameron, a -180 straight up on the money line. Katie Taylor, a +140. We all know how the first one went. Katie Taylor was actually, a lot of people thought she was going to beat Chantelle Cameron after her performance against Amanda Serrano, which I feel like a little bit questionable. I had Serrano winning. This fight was in Ireland, and Chantelle Cameron dominated that first fight. Bryan, how are you betting this one?
So I like Chantelle Cameron to win this fight again by decision. I took her at -120. I seen it move a little bit to -130, so I feel like I got it at a good number. Look, I just think it's going to be the same fight we saw before, and I think Chantelle Cameron might be even more successful this time around. She got double the output punch-wise, and she also was very effective using her jab to find the range to lead into more power shots and walk Katie Taylor into some nasty combinations, particularly from rounds 6 through 9. I think it's going to be an interesting fight, but I think Chantelle Cameron is going to win this again by decision.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't have much to say about this fight because I think it's going to go the exact way the first one went. I'm going to take Chantelle Cameron by decision to win this one. We all know coming into this fight, Katie Taylor was, moved up in weight class as well. So let's give Katie Taylor a little bit of credit as well for that because she's not afraid to do that. But I just felt like Chantelle Cameron was way too much for her, and the size difference you could actually see. And I thought Chantelle Cameron was dominating. Everyone was talking about Katie Taylor's power coming into this fight, but Chantelle Cameron felt her power and was able, she won a lot of those rounds. I forget how I scored it, but this was a very, very good fight. I do think Katie Taylor, we might see a different version of her. In this fight, she might win maybe a round or two more, but I still think Chantelle Cameron is the better boxer, and this is her natural weight class, right? She's a good body puncher. There was all this discussion whether Chantelle Cameron could fight on the inside and the outside. Listen, she was doing her thing against Katie Taylor, and the output was crazy, right? So I'm going to go with Chantelle Cameron by decision. And listen, I look, what were the odds that you found for Chantelle Cameron for a decision?
-120, which stunned me because that tells you that there's still people that think Katie Taylor is going to win this fight. And I don't know how you see that first fight and you're like, yeah, she could improve from this showing and have a better one against Chantelle Cameron, who's younger, who's stronger, who I thought was just better in that fight. I think it's more of a weight class thing. Like Katie Taylor, an awesome fighter, but Chantelle Cameron's the best in the world at 140 pounds. She's undisputed for a reason. She has power, more power than Katie Taylor does.
And Katie felt that power in that first fight.
She and Chantelle Cameron also has height advantage, reach advantage. She was pressuring her immensely, especially in that second half of the fight, save for round 10. And I thought Katie Taylor, flashy combinations at times. She was able to show off her speed, but I thought that she fought the fight that Chantelle Cameron wanted at times, and the judges had it 96-94, 96-94, and 95-95. I felt like, at first watch, because I didn't have the sound on, I was like, was this like a draw? And then watched it.
One of the judges scored it a draw. It was pretty close in my opinion, but I still thought Chantelle Cameron dominated. And
I thought she won 7 rounds out of 10.
I thought the one thing that I really thought was interesting about the first fight was we know how Katie Taylor can fight like she's the bigger fighter, right? Because she normally is. But like when she was in the ring with Chantelle Cameron was like bodying her as the bigger fighter. And I don't think Katie Taylor figured that out in the first fight. I think she'll do a little bit better in the second fight, but I got to roll with Chantelle Cameron. And also, if you looked at our other betting, we also did David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade, and we talked about the undercard as well. If you could parlay some of these bets, you might be able to win a lot of money. For my parlay, I'm going to have Chantelle Cameron by decision. I'm going to have Hector Luis Garcia by decision. I'm going to have Subriel Matias by knockout, and I'm taking Jermell Charlo by decision. I'm going to stack those up and see what I get, but it could be a great weekend for boxing betting wise. Let us know how you're going to be betting. And remember, if you like the content, hit that like and subscribe button. We do appreciate you. And one more thought, we are going to be going live after David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade. Thanksgiving weekend. We got you covered. Bryan, any final thoughts before we get up and out of here?
No, just enjoy the fights and the food. That's about it.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.